a funny thing that happens when the mind gets a hold of spirituality as its new project. And concepts start becoming mixed into this journey. Like here I am, but there's somewhere I need to get to. There's somewhere to get to. This road leads somewhere. It strikes me that what is sacred, what is holy, what is spiritual, these are all different names for the same something we can't describe, we can only experience. What is sacred becomes co-opted, if you will, by the mind, and then it needs to come in a certain form or a certain way it needs to present itself, pulls at us more than another way. But it's all hogwash. It is, it's a conceptualization of what is not a concept. It's like wanting to drink in the experience of nature by going inside into a room and peering out a window. You're peering out the window. You're using the concept to make contact with what is wild and free and alive. But you're not really making contact. So those are what the concepts do. You can collect the concepts. You can hold tight to them. You can assure yourself you're on a spiritual journey. You're a spiritual person. Your hobby is spirituality. I'm going to get spiritual. And you can hold and collect. But that very holding and collecting and conceptualizing keeps you from actually falling into and diving in deep to the thing that pulls your intrigue toward it in the first place, the thing you say you want. Toilet paper is actually what brought me here today. And I brought toilet paper, so it's not just a concept. Here it is. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, there's this moment, and there was nothing. Oh, yeah, there it is. The moment never went anywhere. It's right here. There was nothing but the toilet paper, okay? There is nothing but this toilet paper. For example, to say a Holy Bible for some, or a beautiful book by Adyashanti, or mala beads, or a yoga mat. Here's some spiritualized objects I'm naming. To say any of those things is more holy, present, alive, sacred, and of God, or of all that is, than this toilet paper, is to peer through a window and delude yourself that you're making contact with nature. This toilet paper, oh, it's so holy, I'm not going to do it justice, and I don't need to. It does itself justice. To sit with what's here and always here, and melt into it in the sense that there is no it in you, there is no subject and object. The purity, the beautiful whiteness, the softness, the isness is the isness of everything. It's the isness of everything. And it's only the mind that says, this cannot hold a candle to something like your meditation mat, or you do your quiet breathing, or that person that you know who's the most spiritual of the ones you know, and when they open their mouth, the wise things come out. It's all the same. Everything is holy. Everything is sacred. What we think is cut off from that, merely a means to an end, like for elimination, for example, is the mind making concepts about what's supposed to be here, what you're supposed to discover, and it can only look like this or look like that. When you take any moment, for example, a moment you go to reach for toilet paper, and you're no longer believing the thoughts and the stories and the inner manager that says you're there and you're separate from all, and there's a place to get to, and after you leave the bathroom, you'll be on to the next more important task. When you no longer believe that is you, it's total liberation. It's dying into this moment, and it's the best, sweetest death. It's the unicity. It's skinny dipping in the unicity and just complete surrender. And even toilet paper. Oh, it becomes a taste of everything. Soft, new, always there for you. So funny and so holy at the same time. It's an entry point. These are the conditions, as I've heard some Buddhists say, right here, right now. There happened to be an experience that happened. It's funny to say that I was present for, as if I was separate from it, peering in through a window, but it wasn't like that. It's not like that. A total giving way. And the toilet paper sang of such deep holiness. I thought, how did I ever miss this? This has been here the whole time. It's in everything. It's in everything. And the only thing that cuts you off from that heartbeat of life, one heart, one life, all of this, is a dream, is a hypnomization. Is that a word? Is the hypnotizing the mind does to say, you are separate. This is your name. These are the borders of your body. That's laughable. More on that later. These things are sacred. These things are not sacred. This is good. This is bad. I want more of this. I want to push against this. And it separates this one heartbeat of life into all these little fragments, fractions of itself. And it's draining. It's draining. It's draining and it's weary, because then life becomes a play of sorts. It's like, instead of being life and letting that spontaneously, earnestly take itself where it needs to go, you go into the house and everything is going into the house and peering through the window. It's a play of itself. Okay? I mean, it's why it appears to be so many people, the masses, you might say, what it looks like, billions of bodies, just agony, just misery. You could name all the things, the pharmaceuticals, the addiction to Netflix, the phone, the deep need to have the phone and the pings and the dopamine hits, the misery, the drug use, the overeating, the oversexing, the over anything to escape the agony of being in that room and peering out the windows and never actually leaving the land of concepts. Okay? The dream that we are separate, the trying to make contact with all that is through a concept, through an idea of what you should be and life should be. The best moment of my entire life is right now. This is it. This is it. Here with this toilet paper. Remembering, oh my goodness, it's everywhere. And then we get to laugh. Toilet paper is holy. What in the world? We get to laugh. It's all very funny. It never felt so good to be wrong. It's hilarious. I ever thought I was something other. Or as my friend said on a walk, oh my gosh, how did she put it? Oh, the me is so frustrating. Trying to figure out the me is so frustrating. She said something to the effect of, it's the me, the me is the problem. What's wrong with the me? How do I fix the me? The me is the problem. Literally, meing is the problem. It's not about fixing what you think is the me. Meing is the thing you're doing on top of all of the perfection of life just as it is. And once you stop doing that, there's nothing to do. Life as it lays, which is what you are, one heartbeat, does itself. There's nothing to worry about. There's nowhere you need to go to find it, because even toilet paper, it finds you. Like what you are will smack you awake. The bathroom is holy. The dumpster is holy. The kitchen, a mess. Because your kids don't want to do prairie chores. They want to go take sticks and find spiders and run out in the sunshine. Those places, all holy. Portals to slap you awake. Be everything, singing to itself. Always here. I welcome you. I invite you to find the holy in what once the mind said, oh, but not here. Keep looking. Notice even if you can't take that step, like, this is nonsense. Toilet paper ain't holy. My bag of trash ain't holy. Sacred, buzzing with the aliveness of all that is, that which we cannot name, but that which always was, always is, always will be. If you can't find holiness, take one step back and notice how the mind says, never here, always somewhere else. Holiness couldn't be right here, but go on a quest. Go find it. You'll find it. Just don't stop. Always looking, never finding. Notice how the finding is always just around the bend. For some, one more retreat, one more book. If I can adopt one more spiritual practice or get really good at one more concept. I saw it worked for him down the street. That's when the holiness will be here and all that is, but it couldn't be here right now. Watch the mind running you ragged with those nonsense lies, and I invite you to laugh. Just sit with it. Notice what's always here has always been here. And that nonsense story that the spiritual path will deliver you somewhere else, that may always be here too, as an overlay over what is. And since what is true and nothing else, once you wake up from that dream, that deep sleep of, I have to try to be a person and move separately from all of life and just like build a mansion with many rooms and windows I can peer out of that we call goodness and sweetness and holiness. Once you wake up from that, it's ease, it's joy. There are no words, it's flow. Let what comes, comes. Like Rumi said, this being alive is a guest house. What comes, comes. What goes, goes. You don't have to win at some game of life and insert your name here. All of that was a dream, an illusion. I read something yesterday that reminds me of this, actually. Oh my gosh, so funny. This man said, I imagine this is a man, it could be a woman, it doesn't really matter, said, what a long and god-awful road it has been to arrive nowhere. I thought, oh my goodness, yes. There's nowhere to go. there's nowhere to go. Jasmine used to dream, I gotta get to India. Keep having all these kids, but when am I gonna get to India so I can really get to the spiritual juice, right? The goods, the heart of it. I'm just scratching the surface. Once I go to India on retreat and I just sit quietly, then it will happen. I can't be in this toilet paper. It's in that toilet paper in the ashram in India. That's the real good spiritual stuff. And what this person delights me in is like, yeah, it has been a long, god-awful road. And the jig is up. There's nowhere to get to. It's all right here. And if you're not currently in this very now buzzing with the aliveness of that truth in every fiber of your being, that's okay. Just sit with it. Let it slowly, gently, or maybe abruptly rouse you from your sleep. Trust it. Be everything that you are. Rushes to meet itself. The separate dream of you doesn't have to plan for it. It merely has to stop believing all the stuff that is churned out with the story of you. I wish you many holy moments with toilet paper, metaphorically, whatever your toilet paper may be. I'll see you there. I'll be with you there. What a long, strange trip it's been to arrive nowhere. Here we are.